How's it going, guys? Flash weather coming at you 6:30 Tuesday night. Want to discuss the potential winter weather event for late Thursday, early Friday. And the more I think about it, I think this is going to be a mainly Friday affair. So you can see how on tropical tidbits here, I've paused the frame. I've stilled it over the 18Z Friday time frame, so that's about noon. And you can see how there's a closed loop, this critical thickness contour here, indicative of that cold core low. And this is going to be conducive for frozen precipitation. Thickness values will promote snowfall as primary precip type. I mean, there may be some rain showers mixed in early on, but this blue is indicative of snow. So you can see how you back it up a little bit. Tomorrow the snow is going to be confined to the plains. You see that L there, that's the cold core low. It's still, even though you see the L disappear, it's still holding together over Missouri, and it's going to plummet to the southeast and park itself right over Tennessee. So the track of this system, the confidence is rather high. So let's go into modeling here. This is the 18Z NAM. Don't get so caught up in specifics at this point because we're still 48 hours out, but you can see how the NAM has spotty accumulations all the way down into northeast Alabama and northwest Georgia. And this is fair. Some of these blue patches, it's going to be really tough to know who will win the snow lottery of this event. So, again, don't get caught up in specifics, but for Nashville, this would be just under an inch. I think that's overdoing it. At this point, we're just looking for trends and blending the data that comes in. You go to the 18Z GFS with a 0Z hasn't come out yet. You can see smoother shades of blue, not quite as spotty, but I think this is slightly overdone. I don't think that my backyard is getting an inch. I think most places in Middle Tennessee won't quite make it to an inch, and I'll show you the probability maps in a second. And I think that the amounts up here in Illinois and Missouri are also overdone. There might be some, usually when I see amounts that high, I think mixing, maybe there are other forms of QPF up there, but I think it's just bad data for the most part. Down here, I feel like the amounts are more realistic. Go to the Euro, and this is probably the best look of the bunch so far. We don't have any blues and grays, and I think that our amounts are going to stay under an inch, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys. So half an inch here in Nashville, maybe pushing an inch in spots, but that sort of lines up more with the NAM. And there's other different, we're too far out of range for the HRR, HRRRR, and the RAP. Let's look at the plume viewer for BNA, and you could see 0.2 is the mean. I think that's extremely fair and accurate. You can see all the different plots, different model types here on the right, kind of in the display key, and I think that's a fair mean. That black line, I think this is going to be a kind of a glorified dusting event for the airport and for most of Nashville. Switching gears here to the WPC graphics, and what's interesting, if you go back out and kind of watch, you could see through the colored circles there. You can see the grading key here that reflect probabilities. You can see how the system dives southeastward, and you see some brown shadings in Middle Tennessee, and some of the higher elevations on the rim could flirt with an inch, but I think for the most part, if you want to see appreciable snow accumulations, the Cumberland Plateau is going to be your best bet, and this graphic reflects that. New snowfall probabilities that have come out, courtesy of OHX, that's the National Weather Service in Nashville, and you can see probabilities of 1 inch or more snow. Actually, they're being pretty generous here, 20 to 30% in the lighter shades of purple. So that would include most of Dixon and parts of Williamson, actually, and even going further south into, Perry County, down towards Lawrenceburg. I think, again, don't get so caught up in specifics. If you want to see more than an inch or maybe even 2 inches, go to the Cumberland Plateau. You want the pinks and even the oranges. The probabilities of at least 0.1 inches of snow, that qualifies as a dusting. I think a lot of us are going to be 40, 50% or more. So chances are looking good. Hopefully we'll get some snow, more updates on the way. Peace.